What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today first off, I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you're watching and sticking by, if you missed my community post and are all watching this video right now, go check out the community post. Made a little post about kind of little updates about activity on here and whatnot, and a couple questions that I'd be curious about your input on. But that's besides the point. Today you are here because we're gonna be going over 5 legends pretty much from every team. Well, not every team, 5 legends from each division, 1 per team. I would like to see that. I think we need in the show 21. Obviously a lot of these guys would probably not going to get maybe even not even all of them. I mean, that might be a thing. That would suck. But I had a different idea. I originally was going to do like a couple, like 2 or something per team, and like do like divisions kind of like that. But I think that would have been too long of a video, and I'm already kind of dragging this intro, so let's just get right into it. My man MLB 20.cardart over on Instagram, image a little bit of an image of his Instagram will be on screen right now, a link in the description as well. He made a lot of these card arts for me. I'm only going to be having the card arts for the hitters available because it's a little complicated to make pitcher ones, and I understand. So when we get to pitchers, because there's going to be pitchers, but at least not in this one, there's going to be pictures in other videos. So I'll just like show up stats on screen, etc. And I still will post stats on screen for other ones, but I'm just saying that. So he made these card arts for me, so go check him out. Links in the description. Drop him a follow. He makes some cool stuff on there. A lot of fan covers, mock-up card arts, and in general. So go check him out. Again, like I said, link in the description. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the Chicago Cubs. And this is a guy I've always wanted as a kind of a low-key guy. I feel like not a lot of people remember him in the general aspect. Of course, some diehards will definitely remember this name. And that is Derrick Lee. We take a look at specifically his 2005 season over on Baseball Reference on screen right now. I mean, just look at these numbers. 46 homers. Obviously, he played 158 games. He had 50 doubles, 199 hits. So he almost had 200 hits as well. Like I said, 50 doubles, 3 triples, 46 homers, 107 RBIs. He also had 15 stolen bases, pretty close to his walk to strikeout ratio. He had a 335 average, 418 on base percentage, 662 slugging, in an OPS almost at 1,100. He ended up finishing 3rd in MVP. He was an All-Star, obviously, and he won the Gold Glove. I believe he played first base. He was a first baseman, Gold Glover, and he won Silver Slugger. And that's the card on screen right now. Is the little mock-up that my man MLB 20.cardart made for us. And take a look at this card, man. Silver Slugger Derrick Lee, and he is a beast. He's got 111 contact versus righties, 108 versus lefties, 116 power versus righties, 125 against lefties, maxed out. Got 81 vision, which is nice for those that want to foul off baseballs. And then obviously at first base, defense doesn't matter too much, but being a defensive player, especially because he is right-handed, it's better to have a little bit better of defense there, because left-handers are naturally better, at least I guess appealing wise at first base. But he's got 89 fielding, 71 arm, 83 accuracy, 66 reaction, and he's got decent speed too for a first baseman. I mean, 65, that's not half bad at all. I would love this card, and I'm sure a lot of Cubs fans would as well. Add to the game. So yeah, that's the Cubs. Moving on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I feel like this is a pretty obvious one. I try not to have too many obvious ones. I think there's gonna be ended up being a lot of obvious ones. But I mean, I don't know. I had to go Roberto Clemente. I mean, can you blame me? I don't know how likely it is we get him in the game, because I really thought he was gonna be like a legend cover and whatnot. But what they're doing this year is fantastic. Love it as well. But in any fashion, I hope we get him eventually. Obviously, you guys know Roberto Clemente, and if you don't, I'll go a little bit over his career stats. 94.8 career WAR, 3,000 hits on the dot, 240 homers, 317 average, over 1,300 RBIs. Actually, surprisingly, didn't steal a lot of bases. 359 OBP, 475 slugging, 834 OPS, 130 OPS plus. He won an MVP, 2-time World Series winner, World Series MVP, 15 times All-Star, 12-time Gold Glove winner, and obviously Hall of Famer. So I felt the most fitting card. He's won an MVP in his career, obviously. But I was looking at his individual stats, like statistically, for a card, it wouldn't really be his best card. I mean, the year after that, his OPS was almost like close to 100 points higher. It's about 70 points higher than it was in his MVP year. So, I mean, I figured the best fitting card for him would be a signature series card, and I'll be on screen right now. Little mock up my man LV20 card art made. I'm not gonna say that for everyone, but he made these again. 112 contact versus righties, 125 contact versus lefties. And before I continue, I will say again, remember, these are just mock-ups. These aren't going to be like what their cards would be in the game. It's just, a guess, based off their season. So take that with a grain of salt. 85 power versus righties, 87 versus lefties, 90 vision. Again, he's got amazing fielding. Obviously, he's got a cannon of an arm, 98 arm, 95 fielding, 94 reaction. Sorry, 95 reaction, 95 accuracy, and he's got 82 speed. Not the greatest card in the world. Obviously, there's going to be, at the end of the year, better options. But if you're a Pirates fan and just a baseball fan in general, this guy is a must-to-have eventually down the line, especially with Xbox coming together, the revenue may potentially going up in the department of, I mean, again, I don't know how it works, but just guessing, more revenue getting added in the department of being able to go out and get higher, maybe higher valued legends. Again, I don't know how it works, but Clemente, he needs to be a guy in the game. I'd love him in the game, man. I'd love to try him out. Again, another guy that I think a lot of people have asked for a lot is Pete Rose. Pete Rose is obviously a very controversial person. He has had some past issues character-wise. Obviously, he was banned from baseball. So again, I don't know if this would be a guy who would ever be in the game. I kind of just wanted to throw it because my man made a awesome card art and a card mock-up for it. So I figured, why not see what we could see out of him in his career. Obviously, he's the all-time hit leader. Some people count Ichiro's Japan and MLB stats. I don't. I mean, as much as I'm a Mariner fan, I'd love to do that. But Pete Rose, all-time hit king in the MLB, 4,256 hits, 79.7 WAR. He had 160 homers as well, 198 on stolen bases, and yeah, I mean, he won an MVP, 17-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time World Series winner, 3-time batting title winner as well. I mean, just a lot of he leads all time in games, yada yada yada, hits. So again, I felt the most fitting card if you were to ever get a card in the game, I think it would have been a signature series card. It's going to be on screen right now. 125 contact versus righties, 124 versus lefties. He's got a little bit of low power, but I don't think if we ever did get a Pete Rose card, you would be expecting a lot of power. But 78 power versus righties, 60 versus lefties, 125 vision. Decent fielding. He's a left fielder, 87 fielding. He can also play second, third, center field, and right field, positions he played in his career. And he's got 62 speed as well. So, I mean, a pretty decent card. Especially if it was an early game card, but I mean, it's as a guy that it's a big name. I think it was worth mentioning, and I kind of wanted to show it off because it's a cool card, man. Fan of this? If you're a fan of the steroid era, I mean, you're gonna love this one. This is a guy I've been wanting in the game for years. I don't know if he'll ever get in, and that is Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire is obviously has a lot of history around him. We're going to be focusing mainly on his 1998 season, where he had a total of 70 homers, throughout the years of the home run race and whatnot. He ended up with 70 homers. He played 155 games, started 152 of them. He had 152 hits, 70 of them being homers, 21 doubles, no triples, 1 stolen base, and he had 162 walks compared to 155 strikeouts. So that ended up having him at a 299 average, 470 on-base percentage, a 752 slugging, and an OPS of 1,222. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, if we take a look even deeper at his splits, if I remember, they'll be on screen right now. He had 55 homers versus righties that year, and 120 RBIs versus righties only. Like, only. I mean, that's just ridiculous. He had 1,268 OPS against righties. That is ridiculous. I'll say that again. And then he still had 15 homers versus lefties. So, I mean, just crazy. Card mock-up on screen right now. 1998 Silver Slugger award winner, obviously. 115 contact versus righties, 82 versus lefties, 125 power on both sides, very, very much warranted, and 114 vision. Not the most amazing fielder. He's a first baseman, doesn't really matter. And he's got 68 speed. So, I mean, just a monster of a card, and he'd be so fun to use. You can't deny that. And finally, we're going to be going over a guy in MLB 16 The Show legend, and that is Prince Fielder. I mean, I've been wanting this guy to come back into the game ever since he retired. I was so sad when he retired, even though he was on the Rangers at the time. I mean, the way he just went out was just so sad. I mean, if you go back and watch that interview, it's just, I mean, if you're a true baseball fan who loved Prince Fielder, it just makes you kind of sad. And it makes me kind of sad. But I know my man Cougs would just be loving this guy back because he used him a lot in 16 as well, as I did. So we're going to be going over his 2007 Silver Slugger season with the Milwaukee Brewers. In that year, he had a total of 50 homers. Again, he played 158 games. He had 165 hits, 35 doubles. He had 2 triples, 2 stolen bases, 2 caught stealing. Like a 90 walk, close strikeout to walk ratio, 288 average, 395 on base percentage, 618 slugging, and an OPS just above 1,000. And let's take a look at the card art on screen. Okay, so just explain these splits again. He had 40 homers versus righties, 10 versus lefties, 301 average versus righties, 261 versus lefties. So that ended up having a mock-up of 107 contact versus righties, 85 versus lefties, 116 versus righties, 84 versus lefties, 73 vision. Again, a mediocre fielder and about 36 speed. I mean, can't really expect too much out of the Prince. I mean, just not the most amazing card in the world, but he would just be so fun to use, man. Just you can't tell me I'm wrong, man. I mean, that card would just be so fun to use. If you guys had any legends, because these guys are all technically legends now. I didn't really include any flashbacks, because I mean, you could just go back and look at who's active in the league and just kind of do that. I kind of want to do some little bit of digging. There's obviously going to be some more obscure names to maybe the person that maybe doesn't do a lot of baseball research, or maybe a casual watcher. That will be in a later videos of this series. Obviously, I'm going to do one per division. I'm probably going to do the entire NL first. Maybe the next one will be the West or the East. I'm not really sure. But if you guys have any other NL Central legends that you want to see in the game, let me know down below in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed and you like seeing these videos, again, let me know down below by leaving a like and comment as well. So I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Again, those are 5 NL Central legends I want to see in the show 21. Again, like I said, who do you want to see in the show 21? Just in general, I guess I could say. But at least try to keep it NL Central themed for this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one, alright? Peace out.